think it was about 16 years ago, I got a phone call from a photo editor at Time magazine. It says, hey, Dan, we need you to go to East Timor and photograph. They're having an election. Okay. Hung up the phone, called my travel agent. Have you ever heard of a place called East Timor? No, I've never heard of a place called East Timor. So eventually we figured it out. I flew down here and I was here to photograph the referendum for independence. And the reason I bring it up is just right at this corner, right here, a guy shot the windows out of my vehicle as I'm leaving Dili, and the whole city was in flames and everybody had fled the city. And to think here we are 16 years later at this very spot. I watched this hotel burn back in '99. So anyway, it's quite amazing to me that we're all here today and all these young Timorese folks are here doing such an amazing event, really at a world-class level. I think they've done an amazing job. So, that said, everybody's heard of this term before, global climate change? Yeah, okay. All right, so basically we have figured out who is responsible for global climate change. And the answer is you. Okay? You are responsible for global climate change. You and me, by the way, and everybody else on the planet. Our demand for convenience, our demand for hot coffee in winter, ice-cold Coke in summer, all of these things are driving an industry, an industrial scale in the world that's contributing to the destruction of our ecosystem. Okay? I'm a photographer. What do I know? Right? But you don't need a PhD to know that the ecosystem's in trouble. The good news is, the minute we stop demanding things that are destructive to the ecosystem, they'll stop being produced. We don't have to wait for government. We don't have to wait for industry, because we're the ones who are demanding the products that are destroying our ecosystem. Yes or no? Yes. Okay? So, if you don't like seeing plastic water bottles on the beach, then stop using plastic water bottles, for Christ's sake. Now, everybody has a water bottle now, thanks to TEDxDili. So, no more plastic water bottles from any of you from now on, correct? Yes. See that? There's like 100 people here. That's 100 plastic water bottles a day, 365 days a year. Where's the economist guy? How many is that? Okay, anyway. How does Timor-Leste fit into this? What's Timor-Leste's role in the future and the future economy of the planet? Okay? The good news is that Timor has the most amazing honey, the best coffee, am I right? Best coffee, best beaches, most beautiful beaches, the best peanuts, the avocados are amazing. How many varieties of avocado? 8 varieties of avocado. Okay, so Timor-Leste has all these amazing resources that are delicious and beautiful and unspoiled. I mean, and let's talk about the culture, the people, the smile of the taxi driver. That's golden. I mean, where can you get that? You know, Timor-Leste is a gem, right? Everything Timor-Leste needs, they have it already. We don't need to develop anything. We can't develop that style. All the money in the world can't buy those beaches or build a beach like that. Okay? Timor-Leste. There's a lot of very great people who are working very hard to help Timor develop. And a lot of amazing things have happened. Like I said, 16 years ago, this was a very different city. I will argue that Timor-Leste needs to be the leader in the world for organic agriculture and a green economy. Let me just show you something quite amazing that you'll see. Now, this is the cultivated land world ranking by square kilometer. Okay? So here's China, 1.5 million square kilometers of farmland. Well, there's Australia, nearly 500,000. Indonesia, number 9 in the world. Thailand, 19. Philippines, 27th in the world. Oh, here's Timor-Leste. Wait a minute, can you see it? You see this tiny little circle right there? That's Timor, okay? So that's Timor-Leste's land area for agriculture, okay? All the Timorese people plant a single crop on all the available land, it won't be 1% of what they can do in China. Okay? Timor-Leste is never going to compete on price. We can't do it cheaper from here, ever, in comparison to our neighbors. Okay? The good news is that Timor-Leste is 10th in the world for the percentage of farmland dedicated towards organic agriculture. And I suspect that it's actually much higher, because pretty much it's all organic for the most part. Very little of it's using chemicals. Now, this is the percentage of land, agricultural land, dedicated towards organics. So here's Australia. Here's Timor-Leste. Here's the United States. Okay, wait a minute. You see this tiny little dot right here? That's China. That's the percentage of land in China dedicated towards organic agriculture. We got them. We can beat China. Okay? Timor-Leste can compete with China in terms of organics. We want to save the planet. We want to protect the ecosystem, right? But we're not hugging trees here. Organics is big business. $81 billion a year just in the United States. The demand for organics grows at about 15% a year, which is faster than the global economy. So organics is a very good place to be, and Timor-Leste has the potential to dedicate their entire economy towards green products. Okay? But that's not quite that simple, is it? We can't push the trolley into New York City and sell lettuce or eggplants or avocados, can we? I mean, we have to get it from here to there somehow, so we have to connect the dots. How do we do that? I happen to have a little bit of experience in this area. So we have a couple projects here where we're helping local communities develop green products, okay? So this is how we do it. We call it the 5 pillars. First one, the community has to be willing to do it. They have to come willingly. We can't force them to do it. We can't force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. Everybody's tried, it doesn't work. If you have children, you'll know what I'm saying is true, right? So you have to commit, the community has to commit to that idea. The second thing you need is a quality product. So if you're going to compete in a high-end market, an organics market, you have to have really good products. So product development is very crucial to this model. Third thing you need is market. So we can spend $5 million on developing something here. If there's no market, what's the point? You know, if we can't have a market for it, then let's try something else. And then, of course, we need brands. And brands add value. So if I sell my peanuts as a commodity, the price is quite cheap. But if I sell it as some brand of peanuts, then the price increases. And it also allows me to go directly to the consumer. The fifth thing we need is returns. So communities need to see a return from their business right away, because they're trying something fairly new. And if people don't see a return, then they start to lose hope, or they start to disbelieve the process. Community, product, markets, brand, and returns. So for example, here's something to do with coffee. Okay, so everybody loves Timorese coffee. Now, farmers, you know, if they're lucky, maybe they'll get around $2.50 a kilo. That's for the green bean, right? So there's somebody here in Dili or in Timor who will buy that coffee, and they might turn around and sell it for $3 or $4, and then they'll ship it to Hong Kong or the United States or to Europe. And those coffee traders I'll say Hong Kong, for example, they'll pay $4 a kilo to buy a container. It's $4 a kilo. That's it. I mean, the price for coffee is set on a global commodities exchange, and it doesn't really vary so much. Okay, you can get a benefit for organic certification or fair trade certification, but the point is that the price is set by the global market. Okay, the nut importer, they'll turn around and they'll sell it to a hotel or a restaurant or a cafe, and those people will pay probably $8 a kilo. Okay, so if you go into Starbucks in Hong Kong and you have a cup of coffee, you're going to pay $3 or $4 a cup. And if it takes 15 grams to make a cup of coffee, basically you're paying about $300 a kilo. Okay, so it starts at $2.25, and at the very back end of the supply chain, or the chain there, it's $300 a kilo. Well, how come we're selling it for $2.25? If we create a brand, then the brand allows us to go closer to the end user. And by the way, Timor-Leste is a brand, okay? Timor-Leste is a brand. It's green, it's beautiful, it's unspoiled. Everything that comes from here can have that brand. So if we can develop this country in that way, then I think it will allow Timorese businesses to better access the market because they'll be under that brand of Timor-Leste. So this is a very unique time in human history, and lucky for East Timor as well, Timor-Leste. We have a huge demand for organics. We have a country that is almost entirely organic, and we have a global infrastructure, logistics network that would allow me to send this in any quantity, anywhere on the planet, and we're pretty much guaranteed that it will arrive in good order and at a reasonable price. So it's all happening right now. So Timor-Leste is right at the crossroads of this historic changes. So I just want to emphasize a few points. Global warming is your fault, okay? It's my fault too. But we are the future of our ecosystem, and every choice that we make as consumers has an impact on the environment. Remember that, please. Timor-Leste can lead the world as a green economy. Everything they need, they have it here. I believe this. I know it for a fact. I've worked with communities here. We've developed brands that have penetrated high-end markets. They're beautiful products. We all know this because we consume them every day. You know, we all know how amazing Timorese products are and how delicious they are. You know, you can't get flavors like that anywhere else. You know, we had an amazing food event the other night and eating all the local foods, and it was it's like you just can't get flavors like that in any restaurant at any price. So I believe that Timor-Leste has the potential to brand that and market that to the world. Thank you very much.